God saw that it was good. And there was evening and there was morning, the fourth day. And God said, "Let the waters swarm with swarms of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the expanse of the heavens." So God created the great sea creatures and every living creature that moves, with which the waters swarm, according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth." And there was evening and there was morning, the fifth day. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures according to their kinds, livestock and creeping things, and beasts of the earth according to their kinds." And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth according to their kinds, and the livestock according to their kinds, and everything that creeps on the ground according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth."
Everybody, I'm Tony. Welcome to phase
So
1,
God
2,
created
and
man in his own
Let's
image.
have some fun today.
In the image of
Remember,
God he
don't
created
overdo it.
him.
You should be taking
Male and
supplements by
female
now.
he created
Remember, we're
them.
going to use dumbbells. We got dumbbells back there.
And God blessed them.
Sean's gonna
And
have
God said to them,
You need
"Be
water,
fruitful and
towel, you're gonna
multiply,
need
and
them
fill
later.
the earth,
Also,
and
remember,
subdue
have a
it,
chair
and
nearby
have dominion over
for,
the fish of the sea,
You guys ready?
and over the birds of the heavens,
We're gonna start with
and
a
over
stretch.
every
Take a deep
living
breath.
thing that moves on the earth."
And exhale. The
And
chin
God
down.
said, "Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on the face of all the earth,
All the way down.
and every tree with seed in
Now,
its
back
fruit.
to front.
You shall have them
Left
for
side,
food.
left ear.
And to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the heavens, and to everything that creeps on the earth, everything that has the breath of life, I have given every green plant for food." And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And there was evening and there was morning, the sixth
Last
day.
time on the right side. Good. Back down to the front. Last time on the left side. Here
Chapter
we go.
2.
Next
Thus the
section,
heavens and
back
the
down
earth
to
were
the front.
finished, and all the host of them.
Head up.
And on the seventh day God finished his work that he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work that he had done.
Good. Let's go forward for one.
So God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it God rested from all his work that he had done in creation. These are the generations of the heavens and the earth when they were created, in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens.
Grab the right elbow.
When no bush of the field was yet in the land, and no small plant of the field had yet sprung up, for the Lord God had not caused it to rain on the land, and there was no man to work the ground, and a mist was going up from the land and was watering the whole face of the ground. Then the Lord God formed the man of dust from the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living creature.
Open up that stance. You
And the Lord God planted a garden in Eden in the east, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground the Lord God made to spring up every tree that is pleasant to the sight, and good for food. The tree of life was in the midst of the garden, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. A river flowed out of Eden to water the garden, and there it divided and became 4 rivers. The name of the first is the Pishon. It is the one that flowed around the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold. And the gold of that land is good. Helium and onyx stone are there. The name of the second river is the Gihon. It is the one that flowed around the whole land of Cush.
How are we doing back there, everybody?
And the name of the third river is the Tigris, which flows east of Assyria. And the fourth river is the Euphrates.
Big, tall stretch.
The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, "You may surely eat of every tree of the garden, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in the day that you eat of it you shall surely die." Then the Lord God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make for him a helper fit for him."
10 or 4.
Now out of the ground the Lord God had formed every beast of the field and every bird of the heavens, and brought them to the man to see what he would call them. And whatever the man called every living creature, that was its name. The man gave names to all livestock and to the birds of the heavens and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found a helper fit for him. So the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon the man, and while he slept, took one of his ribs and closed up its place with flesh. And the rib that the Lord God had taken from the man, he made into a woman, and brought her to the man. Then the man said, "This at last is bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. And the man and his wife were both naked and were not ashamed." Chapter 3.
If you can't straighten the right leg, that's no big
Now the serpent was more crafty than any other beast of the field that the Lord God had made. He said to the woman, "Did God actually say, 'You shall not eat of any tree in the garden'?"
Come on up.
And the woman said to the serpent,
Number 2, do this 3 times. Last
"We
time
may
on the right
eat of the
side.
fruit of
Here
the
we go.
trees in the garden, but God said,
And up.
'You
Take
shall
a
not
deep
eat
breath
of
to
the
center.
fruit of the tree that is in the midst of the
Exhale over to
garden,
the left.
neither shall you
Turn
touch it,
left.
lest you die.'
Same thing here.
But the
3
serpent
times.
said to the woman, 'You will not surely die, for God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened,
And
and you will be like God, knowing good and evil.'
Here we go.
So when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was a delight to the eyes, and that the tree was to be desired to make one wise, she took of its fruit and
Here we
ate.
go. We're gonna do a waist stretch.
And she also gave some to her husband who was with her, and
Reach
he
up with the
ate.
right hand.
Then the eyes of both were opened, and they knew
You have to
that
bend
they were
your knees
naked.
here. It's okay.
And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves loincloths.
Keep breathing.
And they heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And the man and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called to the man and said to him,
Man, do I feel that? You guys
"Where
feel
are
that?
you?" And he said, "I heard the sound of you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself."
Real slow.
He said,
One verb at a time.
"Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten of the tree of which I commanded you not to eat?" The man said, "Well, the woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me fruit of the tree, and I ate." Then the Lord God said to the woman, "What is this that you have done?" The woman said, "Well, the serpent deceived me, and I ate." The Lord God said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, cursed are you above all livestock, and above all beasts of the field. On your belly you shall go, and dust you shall eat all the days of your life. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel." To the woman he said, "I will surely multiply your pain in childbearing. In pain you shall bring forth children. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you." And to Adam he said, "Because you have listened to the voice of your wife, and have eaten of the tree of which I commanded you, you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground because of you. In pain you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for you, and you shall eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your face you shall eat bread, till you return to the ground, for out of it you were taken. For you are dust, and to dust you shall return." The man called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. And the Lord God made for Adam and for his wife garments of skins, and clothed them. Then the Lord God said, "Behold, the man has become like one of us in knowing good and evil. Now lest he reach out his hand and take also of the tree of life, and eat, and live forever." Therefore the Lord God sent him out from the Garden of Eden to work the ground from which he was taken. He drove out the man, and at the east of the Garden of Eden he placed a cherubim and a flaming sword that turned every way to guard the way to the tree of life.
Hands about 6 inches wider than the shoulders. Here's the pace. Down, hold, up, hold. Down, hold,
Chapter 4.
up, hold.
Now Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bore Cain, saying,
Good.
I have gotten a
Down
man with the
hole,
help of the Lord.
up hole. That's the pace.
And again she bore his
Back
brother
flat,
Abel.
stomach is strong.
Now Abel was a keeper of
Up,
sheep,
form you
and
guys.
Cain a worker of the ground.
Up.
In the course of time, Cain brought to the Lord an offering of the fruit of the
Okay,
ground.
let's go to some heavy pants.
And Abel also brought of the firstborn of his flock and of their fat portions.
Grab your weight.
And the Lord had regard for Abel and his offering,
One foot's in front of the
but for
other.
Cain and his offering he had no regard.
Down below your feet.
So Cain was very
Straight up.
angry, and his
Oh, heavy
face
pants.
fell.
Pull your pants right up.
The Lord said to Cain,
Bang. Exploding
"Why
up,
are you
nice and
angry?
easy now.
And why has your face fallen?
Straight arm.
If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door.
Nice form. Look at that.
Its desire
Reach a
is
little
for
bit lower,
you,
get more range of
but
motion.
you must
Nice,
rule
straight
over
down
it."
my hand. Yeah, perfect.
Cain spoke to Abel his brother, and when they were in the field, Cain rose up
Nice
against his
straight
brother
back.
Abel
Nice straight
and
back.
killed
Nobody's
him.
gonna get hurt that way. That's really,
Then the
really
Lord said
important.
to Cain,
Excellent form, you guys.
"Where is
I wanna hear
Abel,
that
your
breathing.
brother?" He said,
Nice. There you go.
"I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper?"
We're almost there. We're gonna do some
And
military
the Lord
press
said,
next. We're almost
"What have you
finished. Here we
done?
go with military
The
press.
voice of your brother's blood is crying to me from the ground.
Waves, bands.
And now you are cursed from the ground, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand.
Hands are facing forward.
When you work
Reach
the
up
ground,
nice and tall.
it shall no longer yield to you its strength.
Nice.
You shall be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth.
Good. If you have any pressure on your
Cain
lower back,
said to
that
the
means
Lord,
weight's too heavy. You
My
need to
punishment
lighten
is
things up.
greater than I can
Let's go
bear.
check these guys out.
Behold, you have driven me today away from the ground, and from your face I shall be hidden.
Up, straight
I shall be a
arms, right
fugitive and a
forward.
wanderer on the earth,
Really, really,
and
really
whoever finds me
good,
will kill
Sean.
me.
Reach up tall, man. Get
Then the
those
Lord
legs.
said to him,
Yeah, you get the bands.
Not
Really,
so.
really tough.
If anyone kills
Nice.
Cain,
All the way up.
vengeance shall be taken on
Bend
him
those knees a little bit.
sevenfold.
Excellent.
And the Lord put a mark on Cain, lest any who found him should attack him. Then Cain went away from the presence of the Lord,
We're
and
almost
settled
finished.
in the land of Nod, east of Eden. Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Enoch.
One foot's in
When
front
he
of the
built
other.
a city,
Chest
he
up
called the
tall.
name of the city after the name of his son, Enoch. To Enoch was born Irad, and Irad fathered Mehujael,
Make sure
and
the arms are
Mehujael fathered
all right,
Methushael,
straight, all the way
and
down.
Methushael
Here we go.
fathered
Check these
Lamech.
guys now.
And Lamech took two wives. The
Bend
name
those
of the
knees
one
just a touch.
was Ida,
Sean,
and
there
the name
you
of
go.
the other
Keep that
Zillah.
chest up, head up.
Ida bore Jabal.
Come on, both
He was
you
the
guys.
father of those who
Bend,
dwell
one
in
foot in front of the
tents
other.
and have
The reason why
livestock.
you put one foot in front of the other
His
is
brother's
because it
name
helps
was
your back.
Jubal.
If your legs are
He was the
locked
father of
straight,
all those who play the
pressure
lyre
back.
and pipe.
You don't want that.
Zillah also bore Tubal-Cain. He was the forger of all instruments of bronze and iron.
Oh,
The sister of
just like
Tubal-Cain was Naamah. Lamech said to his wives,
that. That's it.
Ida and Zillah,
Yes,
hear my
weights if
voice,
necessary,
you
guys,
wives
set
of
up some
Lamech,
one-arm
listen to
back
what I say.
scratches. Let's work in the
I have
tricep.
killed a man for wounding me, a young
Same
man
thing with
for
the feet.
striking me.
Left hand's on the
If
hip.
Cain's
start with the
revenge
right
is
hand.
sevenfold, then Lamech's
Drop it
is
down.
77-fold.
Raise it up.
And Adam knew his wife again, and she bore a son and called his name
This
Seth.
straight line from here to
For
here
she
is
said,
really important.
God has appointed for me another offspring instead of Abel, for Cain killed
Line
him.
your head, just straighten out.
To Seth also a son was born, and he called his name Enosh. At that time people began to call upon the name of the Lord.
Nice and straight from here to here. Heads up, chest up, knees are bent.
Chapter 5.
Sean, you're looking good, man. You feel that, you guys?
This is the book of the generations of Adam.
Now remember, you're
When
doing
God
8 to 15
created
reps
man,
here.
he made
We
him in the
switch
likeness
sides,
of
right
God.
Right over the left side.
Male and female he created them, and he blessed them and named them
5 reps
man
to go.
when they were created.
Finish 'em off, you guys.
When Adam had lived 130 years, he fathered a son in his own likeness, after his image, and named him Seth. The days of Adam after he fathered Seth were
You guys are
800
done.
years,
Pop off the
and
other
he had
side.
other
Switch
sons
the
and
feet.
daughters.
Right hand's on the hip.
Thus all the days that
Reach
Adam
up
lived
tall.
were 930 years,
Same
and he
form,
died.
identical form to the other side.
When Seth had lived 105 years, he fathered
Reach it up
Enosh.
tall. Make sure
Seth
to breathe.
lived after he
Bend
fathered
those
Enosh
knees, you guys.
807
Really
years and
important.
had
Never
other
cheat
sons
when
and
doing any of
daughters.
these exercises.
Thus all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died.
Like this.
When Enosh had lived 90 years, he fathered Kenan.
That's okay.
Enosh lived after he fathered Kenan 815 years and had other sons and daughters.
You don't need any help.
Thus all the days of Enosh were 905 years, and he died.
Oh, nice, man.
When Kenan had lived 70 years, he fathered
Few more
Mahalalel.
left. Let's go.
Kenan lived after he fathered Mahalalel 840 years and had other sons and daughters. Thus all the days of Kenan were 910 years, and he
Cool.
died.
Let's go to lunch. Let's clear the
When
floor.
Mahalalel had lived 65 years, he fathered Jared.
starting in one
Mahalalel lived after he fathered Jared 830 years and had other sons and daughters.
Guys ready to go?
Thus all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died.
Step. Left leg.
When Jared had lived 162 years, he fathered Enoch.
Back again.
Jared lived after he fathered Enoch 800 years and had other sons and daughters.
Boom, make
Thus
sure that
all
knee's
the
over
days
the
of
ankle.
Jared were 962 years, and he died. When Enoch had lived 65 years, he fathered Methuselah. Enoch walked with God after he fathered Methuselah 300 years and had other sons and daughters. Thus all the days of Enoch were 365 years. Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him.
Last one. Come on.
When Methuselah had lived 187 years, he fathered Lamech.
Like you. Come on.
Methuselah lived after he fathered Lamech 782 years and had other sons and daughters.
Lisa, good. Posture's
Thus
good.
all the
Balance is
days of
good.
Methuselah were 969 years, and he died.
All right. Here we go.
When Lamech had lived 182 years, he fathered a son and called his name Noah, saying,
Just use them. All right.
"Out of the ground that the Lord has cursed, this one shall bring us relief from our work
If you don't feel
and from the painful toil of our hands."
Hold this for a few beats.
Lamech lived after he fathered Noah 595 years and had other sons and daughters.
You don't have superior balance.
Thus all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died.
Okay, that's okay. Nice and
After
tall.
Noah was 500 years old, Noah fathered Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
And the hamstring. Put that right leg out. Bend over. Pull on that toe.
Chapter
Pull
6.
it. I'm falling over.
When man began to multiply on the face of the land, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of man were attractive, and they took as their wives any they
Here we
chose.
go. Other side.
Then the Lord said, "My spirit shall not abide in man forever,
Nice.
for he is
Let's get the
flesh.
shoulders.
His days shall be 120 years." The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God came into the daughters of man, and they bore children to them.
Deep breath.
These were the mighty men who were of old, the men of
One
renown.
more.
The Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intention of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
Okay, it looks like this.
And the Lord regretted that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him to his heart.
End up.
So the Lord said, "I will blot out man whom I have created from the face of the land, man and animals and creeping things and birds of the heavens.
Nice and tight. Nice
For
and
I am
deep.
sorry that I have made
Not
them."
up and heads are not down. And make
But
sure
Noah found favor in the eyes of the
down,
Lord.
hold, and up.
These are the generations of Noah.
And up. These guys are getting
Noah was a righteous man, blameless in his generation. Noah walked with God. And Noah had
almost there.
3
Remember,
sons,
8 to 15
Shem,
reps.
Ham,
Let's do
and
it.
Japheth.
So we're at 15 here.
Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight, and the earth was filled with violence.
Nice breathing. Breathe over.
And God saw the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted their way on the earth. And God said to Noah, "I have determined to make an end of all flesh, for the earth is filled with violence through them.
Same position.
Behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood. Make rooms in the ark, and cover it inside and out with pitch.
Nice and wide.
This is how you are to make it. The length of the ark, 300 cubits. Its breadth, 50 cubits. And its height, 30 cubits.
Good.
Make a roof for the ark, and finish it to a cubit above,
Down there nice and low.
and set the door of the ark in its side.
Explode back.
Make it with lower, second, and third decks.
All right?
For behold, I will bring a flood of waters upon the earth, to destroy all flesh, in which is the breath of life under heaven.
Here we go.
Everything that is on the earth shall die.
Explode it out.
But I will establish my covenant with you. You shall come into the ark, you, your sons, your wife,
It's like the
and your
standard
sons'
press.
wives with you.
You're gonna corkscrew it up.
And of every living thing of all flesh, you shall bring 2 of every sort into the ark to keep them
Knees are
alive
bent
with you.
still, back is straight,
They shall be
chest
male
is
and
up.
female.
Place them right here at the top
Of the
the curl.
birds according to their kinds, and of the animals according to their kinds. Of every creeping thing of the ground according to its kind.
Remember, guys,
2 of every
this is
sort
the first
shall come into you to keep them
program. 1,
alive.
2, don't overdo it with the weights.
Also take with you every sort of food that is eaten, and store it up.
So adjust your weight according
It
to
shall
the
serve as food for you and for them. Noah did this. He did all that God commanded
His
him.
resistance bands really work, don't they, Sean? Man, he's getting a workout. It's looking good.
Chapter 7.
You want to come nice and low down to the bottom of the curl.
Then the Lord said to Noah,
Don't be afraid to bring those elbows back.
"Go
You
into
gotta
the
go
ark,
good.
you and
That's
all
it.
your household, for I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation.
You left.
Take with you 7 pairs of all clean animals, the male and his mate, and a pair of the animals that are not clean, the male and his mate, and 7 pairs of the birds of the heavens also, male and female, to keep their offspring alive on the face of all the earth.
Open up those hands off to
For
the
in
side.
7 days I will send rain on the earth, 40 days and 40 nights,
Never lose your posture.
and
Really
every
important.
living
Don't
thing
bend
that I
over.
have made I will blot
Straighten
out from
arms
the
to
face of the
bottom,
ground.
all the way open, and then all
And
the way
Noah did
closed.
all that the Lord had commanded him.
Behind me. Let's see.
Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters came upon the earth.
Keep it on, back and straight,
And
head is
Noah
up.
and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him went into the ark to escape the waters of the flood,
Looking good. Remember,
of
8 to
clean
15
animals
reps.
and of
Every
animals that
week
are
we're
not
gonna do
clean,
15
and of
here.
birds and of everything
We
that
got
creeps
5
on the
left.
ground. 2
4
and
left.
2,
Here we
male
go.
and
We're gonna finish
female,
them up with a-
went into the ark with Noah as God had commanded Noah. And after 7 days,
2 to go.
the waters of the flood came upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on that day all the fountains of the great deep burst forth, and the windows of the
Bent
heavens
over,
were opened,
big bend in the knees,
and rain
start
fell
the
upon the
shoulders,
earth 40 days and 40
pause for a
nights.
second.
On the very same day, Noah and his sons, Shem and Ham and Japheth,
Let's see.
and Noah's wife and the 3 wives of his sons with them entered the ark, they and every beast according to its kind, and all the livestock according to their kind, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth according to its kind, and every bird according to its kind, every winged creature.
Also, remember,
They went into the ark with Noah, 2 and 2 of all flesh, in which there was the breath of life.
and the triceps.
And those that entered, male and female of all flesh, went in as God had commanded him. And the Lord shut him in.
Good. 2 left.
The flood continued 40 days on the earth.
1 more.
The waters increased and bore up the ark, and it rose high above the earth. The waters prevailed and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the face of the waters.
Just like the lunges, but we do squats in between.
And the waters prevailed so mightily on the earth that all the high mountains under the whole heaven were covered. The waters prevailed above the mountains, covering them 15 cubits
Nice and
deep,
tall at the top.
and all flesh died that moved on the earth, birds, livestock, beasts, all swarming creatures that swarm on the earth, and all mankind. Everything on the dry land in whose nostrils was the breath of life died. He blotted out every living thing that was on the face of the ground, man and animals and creeping things and birds of the heavens. They were blotted out from the earth. Only Noah was left, and those who were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed on the earth 150 days.
Nice and tall. 1 more. Good. Let's see. Come on
Chapter
back.
8.
Turn.
But God remembered Noah and all the
Last
beasts and
one.
all the
Come on,
livestock
bring it
that were
on.
with him in the ark.
Big lunge with the knee over
And
the ankle,
God
legs
made a
gotta be
wind
straight.
blow
Good.
over the
3
earth,
squats.
and the waters subsided.
So you see how they
The
feel?
fountains
Nice
of the
and tall,
deep and the
good
windows
time.
of the heavens were
Hands up,
closed.
balance.
The rain from the heavens was restrained,
Good.
and the waters receded from the earth continually.
In around 2, we're going to take a little
At the end of 150 days, the waters had abated, and in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat.
Check your weights, make sure you're not lifting too hard.
And the waters
Form's
continued to
really good.
abate until
And
the
use that
10th
pause
month.
button if you need it. Take
In the
breaks.
10th month, on the first day of the month, the tops of the mountains were
All right,
seen.
guys, here we go.
At the end of 40
Go into
days,
our
Noah
stretch,
opened the window of the
and we're
ark that he had
quads first.
made and sent forth a
Grab the right
raven.
ankle. Get that
It went to and fro until the waters were dried up from the earth.
Stand up nice and tall.
Then he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters had subsided from the face of the ground. But the dove found no place to set her foot,
Let's get that right
and
hand
she
to the
returned
calf.
to him to the ark, for the waters were still on the face of the whole earth.
Both backside and right.
So he put out his hand and took her and brought her into the ark with him. He waited another 7 days, and again he sent forth a dove out of the ark.
Chest stretch. Here we go.
And the dove came back to him in the evening, and behold, in her mouth was a freshly plucked olive leaf. So Noah knew that the waters had subsided from the earth.
Back a little bit.
Then he
Okay,
waited
round
another
3,
7 days and sent
right
forth
on
the dove,
floor.
and she did not return to him
7
anymore.
close, and 7 standing.
In the 601st year, in the first month, the first day of the month, the waters were dried from off the earth.
Hold.
And Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry.
Yeah, I knew you had it. That's
In the
nice and
second
wide.
month, on the 27th day of the month,
Head is
the
straight.
earth had
Stomach
dried
and
out.
back is nice and tight. Make sure
Then
you breathe.
God said to Noah,
Good, good, good.
"Go out from the ark, you and your wife and your sons and your sons' wives
Go.
with you.
And he's nice and
Bring
tight.
out with you every living thing that is with you of all flesh, birds and animals and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth,
Down. See how close
that
my
they
hands
may
are?
swarm on the earth and be fruitful and multiply on the earth.
Really tough. Don't let those elbows flare on.
So Noah went out, and his sons and his wife
See, at least
and
you
his
gotta get
sons'
those elbows
wives
nice
with
and
him.
tight. Too wide there, girl.
Every beast, every creeping thing, and every bird,
Bring your hands in close.
everything that moves on the earth went out by families from the ark.
It's really, really hard. All right, that's the last
Then
one.
Noah
Close.
built an altar to the Lord and took some of every clean animal and some of every clean bird and offered burnt offerings on the altar.
Down. Hold.
And when the Lord smelled the pleasing aroma, the Lord said in his heart,
Hold.
I will never again curse the ground because of man, for the intention of man's heart is evil from his youth.
Down. Hold.
Neither will I ever again strike down every living creature as I have done,
Hold.
while the earth remains, seed time and harvest,
Next one,
cold and
back
heat,
exercise is
summer and
lawnmower.
winter, day and night
Starting a
shall
lawnmower.
not cease.
Lay the table on the ground. Step on the table with your left foot. Grab the handle with your right hand and pull
Chapter
across the
9.
line. Right leg straight.
And God blessed Noah and his sons and said to
Big
them,
back movement.
Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. The fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every bird of the heavens, upon everything that creeps on the ground, and all the fish of the sea.
Good.
Into your hand they are delivered.
See this twist movement
Every
that Lisa
moving
has?
thing
It's
that
really, really
lives
important.
shall be food for
Extending
you.
back. That
And
nice
as I
straight
gave
line
you the
here.
green plants, I give you everything.
And here,
That you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is, its blood.
It's got the
And
resistance
for your
bands.
lifeblood I
A
will
lot of
require
tension
a
at the top of that
reckoning.
motion.
From every
It's okay.
beast I will
Now, have to
require
see
it,
where
and
your
from
motion
man.
you do with the weights.
From his
Two
fellow
more,
man
gotta
I will
switch sides.
require a reckoning for the life of man.
That's it. Let's go other side.
Whoever sheds the
Remember
blood
home.
of man,
8 to 15
by
reps,
man
you
shall
two.
his blood be shed.
Right away.
For
left
God
hand.
made man in his own image. And you be fruitful and multiply, increase greatly on the earth, and multiply in it.
Let's see, guys. That's excellent.
Then God said to Noah and to his sons with him,
The big twist. You see the twist?
Behold, I establish my covenant with you and your offspring after you,
A lot more.
and with every living creature that is with you, the birds, the livestock, and every beast of the earth with you, as many as came out of the ark. It is for every beast of the earth.
Give you guys.
I establish my covenant with you that never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of the flood, and never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said,
Just your weights.
This is the sign of the covenant that I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for all future generations.
8 to 15 reps.
I have set my
Foot's in
bow
front of
in
the
the
other.
cloud, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth.
Here we go.
When I bring clouds over the earth and the bow is seen in the clouds, I will remember my covenant that is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh.
Oh, nice and high.
And the waters shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh.
The deltoids.
When the bow is in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is on the earth.
Bands are great for this exercise. 'Cause you really
God
feel
said
it,
to
don't you?
Noah,
Oh, yeah, it's great.
This is the sign of the covenant that I have established between me and all flesh that is on the
Breathing.
earth.
See how wide she is? It's really
The
important.
sons of
Really
Noah
nice.
who went
So you
forth
might
from the
have to
ark
lighten
were
weights.
Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Guys,
Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from these the people of the whole earth were dispersed.
Get your weights. We're doing
Noah
21.
began to be a man of the soil, and he planted a vineyard.
7 low.
He
7
drank of the
high,
wine
7
and became
all the way.
drunk and lay uncovered in his tent.
Straight.
And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brothers outside.
Only to here. Straight
Then
on.
Shem and Japheth took a garment, laid it on both their shoulders,
How far you
and
coming?
walked backward and covered the nakedness of their father.
Good.
Their faces were turned backward, and they did not see their father's nakedness.
Back is always straight.
When Noah
Chest is
awoke
always
from
up.
his wine and
Eyes
knew
are
what
forward.
his youngest
It's a
son
great
had
arm
done
push.
to him,
Really
he
shake
said,
from 7 low. Now we're going to go 7 high.
Cursed
Ready?
be
Go 7
Canaan.
high. Go.
A servant of servants shall he be to his brothers. He also said, Blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant. May God enlarge Japheth, and let him dwell in the tents of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant. After the flood, Noah lived 350 years. All the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died.
Sean, real nice. Chest up. You see how they're not moving around? They're not jerking around?
Chapter 10.
We're going to grab some chairs.
These are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Last one.
Sons were born to them after the flood.
Weights away. We're going to dips.
The sons of
Over
Japheth,
the triceps and the back of
Gomer,
the shoulders.
Magog, Madai,
Nice,
Javan,
strong, sturdy chin.
Tubal, Meshach,
Place your hands
and
on each side.
Tyrus.
Your hips.
The sons of
Straight
Gomer,
legs.
Ashkenaz,
Relax, you can clear your back.
Riphath, and
Nice
Togarmah.
and deep. Don't overdo it here.
The sons of Javan,
Can't go down this way.
Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. From these the coastland peoples spread in their lands, each with his own language, by their clans in their nations. The sons of Ham, Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush, Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Raamah, and Sabtika. The sons of Raamah, Sheba, and Dedan. Cush fathered Nimrod. He was the first on earth to be a mighty man. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. The beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh in the land of Shinar. From that land he went into Assyria and built Nineveh, Rehoboth-ir, Calah, and Rezin between Nineveh and Calah. That is the great city. Egypt fathered Ludim, Anamim, Lehabim, Naphtuhim, Pathrusim, Casluhim, from whom the Philistines came, and Caphtorim. Canaan fathered Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusites, the Amorites, the Girgashites, the Hivites, the Arkites, the Sinites, the Arvadites, the Zemarites, and the Hamathites. Afterward the clans of the Canaanites dispersed, and the territory of the Canaanites extended from Sidon in the direction of Gerar as far as Gaza, and in the direction of Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboiim as far as Lasha. These are the sons of Ham by their clans, their languages, their lands, and their nations. To Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the elder brother of Japheth, children were born. The sons of Shem, Elam, Asher, Arpachshad, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram, Uz, Bo, Gether, and Mash. Arpachshad fathered Shelah, and Shelah fathered Eber. To Eber were born two sons. The name of the one was Peleg, for in his days the earth was divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. Joktan fathered Almodad, Sheleph, Hazarmaveth, Jerah, Adoram, Uzal, Diklah, Obal, Abimiel, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan. The territory in which they lived extended from Mesha in the direction of Sephar to the hill country of the east. These are the sons of Shem by their clans, their languages, their lands, and their nations. These are the clans of the sons of Noah, according to their genealogies, in their nations. And from these the nations spread abroad on the earth after the flood. Chapter 11. Now the whole earth had one language and the same words. And as people migrated from the east, they found a plain in the land of Shinar and settled there. And they said to one another,